Hey everybody, so goodness gracious, I just started this semester of school and it's been like crazy, to be honest. I don't know why anybody would start in February, honestly. Like, I've never encountered that before and under, like, ever. So yes, so anyway, I'm filming later than I normally would today because I was about to get ready to take a shower and I was like, I need to film because I put 2 videos up and it needs to be the second one and I haven't done it yet. So I kind of just felt like slightly inspired, and I really have been wanting to do something purple and plummy, and I kid you not, here, let me find it. Like, literally it looks like a bomb shelter right here because I'm done now. But my favorite purple shadow, I kid you not, every time, like, I originally started filming a different look, but I always go back to this. It's the Eggplant from Makeup Forever. That's the shade. I don't know what number it is, but I know it's called Eggplant. It's always sold out on Sephora, so I was super lucky when I did get this. If you can get your hands on this shade, I kid you not, you will love it. Especially if you have like brown or hazel eyes. This purple, sorry, I don't know if it's glare, but this purple, it's a matte shade and it is the best shade for purple of life. It is so good and so blendable, and I kid you not, like, I probably will always ever use this if I'm doing something purple in some way, shape, or form because I'm obsessed and it is so good. What initially inspired it though was this Master Glaze, the blush stick, which I did use on my cheeks as well. I literally am so leery of like cream products because I'm so afraid of everything breaking me out, and story of my life, everything breaks me out, which sucks. But I had this for a couple months and I just really wanted to use it because it's such a pretty like mauve color, and finally figured out a way to do it, and you'll see as the tutorial goes like how I figured out how to do it, and I feel comfortable using it now, so I'm super excited about that. So that is kind of what inspired this whole plummy look, and I'm super excited with how it came out. I'm actually really glad because when I first started filming I was like I took the whole thing off and I was like, I hate it. So I'm super happy with the way it did come out, and if you want to see how to recreate this nice plummy all over look, then just keep watching, and thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. So starting off, I've already primed my eyes already, and I'm just going to be using my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadow in the shade Peach Smoothie and just blending that all over into that transition shade. It does show up a little bit darker here than it normally does, only because for some strange reason I totally forgot to clean this blending brush before I used it, and I had previously used a dark color, so normally it does not look like that. And then after that I'm just going to be using the color Unexpected. This one is from Makeup Geek as well, and I should be taking like a flat brush and putting that all over the lid right underneath that crease area. With this one I had hoped it would have been a little bit more of like a dusty color, but then again, like I said, I had originally started out doing something different, so I might have altered the color the way this looks right now. And then with that one, I just want to keep packing it on until you get like the desired color opacity that you want with that one. And then once you have that one on, it's going to be the star of the show, which is the Makeup Forever eyeshadow, and the shade is called Eggplant. I don't know the exact number. I prefer shade numbers. I feel like it's a little bit easier to remember. I'll just be going back in with that blending brush and going into the outer corner of the eye and going slightly downwards as well. With this one, I tend to get a little bit heavy-handed on one side of my eyes for some strange reason. I'm like, ooh, it's such a pretty color, and I put on way too much, but easily blend it out as you can see, just focusing on really blending that out. And then the glitter that'll be going on to the eye is going to be the Makeup Forever as well, and it's the shade D926, which is one of their diamond shadows. This one is like a really pretty like sparkly purple, but I don't know, I have not used it before this look, so I'm not quite sure if it'll look different, but it just added a little bit of more dark purple versus like an actual like sparkle, which was what I was kind of hoping for. But it looked really well, and obviously since they're both from the same company, they blend really well together. And after that, I'm just going to go ahead and re-blend that upper crease area with the blending brush with no extra product on it as well. And then I'm going to be going in with the shade Corrupt from Makeup Geek, which is an incredibly pigmented black color. So with this one, I'm just going to be using a like flat defining brush and putting that shadow, packing it all right along the lash line. So this is kind of like a different alternative for using like liquid or gel liner if you don't want to. This was actually like my first way I ever put on liner because I felt like it was the easiest. And then right after, I'm just going to be using White Lies from Makeup Geek as well to put in that highlight. I kind of wish I had put like more of like a fresh creamy color, but it definitely does the job of highlighting well up there. And then after that is onto makeup. And I'll be using the EX1 foundation, and my shade is in 100, which is the lightest in their shade range. Just a little bit about this foundation. It is like a yellow based foundation. I know it was pretty popular, like let's just say 6 or so months ago. I do like it for like something quick like this where you're not gonna wear it all day. I don't know if it necessarily breaks me out, but I just really only use it if I know that I'm gonna be taking off my makeup soon. But it does blend well, and I would definitely look into the colors before you buy it because I originally bought the 200 and it was pretty yellow, so I definitely had to go ahead and get that 100. And then I know I've shown this a million times, but a great technique if you have any acne scars or red pigmentation like I do, there packing it on condenses that coverage of any foundation that you'll be using, whether it's sheer or not. It helps to just put a little extra coverage there. And once you have like their desired coverage, you're just going to go in. I'm using the same thing I normally do right now. I'm trying to finish it up. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Brightening. I do kind of like an upside down oblong triangle, which is not a real shape. But I go ahead with my beauty blender. That poor thing, literally I need to go ahead and get another one. I think I told a story on how I mutilated that like a cheese grater almost, accidentally, but I was trying to clean it in my defense. And go ahead and just blend that all over and in. And then after that, we're just going to be doing a little bit of pressed powder for the rest of the face, and I'm using the banana shade from Anastasia to set that. So these powders are so awesome. Like this is like the first powder I feel like in the longest time that I've actually put a good dent in. So I'm definitely excited to go ahead and try some of their cream contour colors out as well. And then as per usual, I'm just going to be using the Sexy Mama setting powder from the balm and just going over every other place. And then after that, for the contour today, I'm actually going to bronze a little bit beforehand and using the shade Java and just like a really flat, like round, sorry, it's a really round fluffy brush, and this one is from Sigma. And this brush is really good for kind of just giving you a very like natural hint of color because it disperses it so well. And then just for a little bit more definition, I'm just going to be using the shade Fawn, which is the cool toned contour shade, which is perfect for my skin. So I'm actually really excited. I want to definitely go pick up those two new ones that Anastasia came out with for the more cool tones because they seem to work really well with my ridiculously fair skin. And then now I'm just going to be using that Maybelline Master Glaze in the shade Make a Mauve. And it's that really pretty shade. It's like really purple and pretty and plum. And that's how I finally figured out a way to use it. Because some people will dab it on with their fingers and that kind of just mortifies me for some reason. Because I feel like it just makes the color super condensed. So this way, just dabbing it onto your brush, I feel like it's a little bit easier for me. And then I go in with a dual fiber brush to just blend those two together. And then for highlight, I'm just going to be using I'm pretty sure it's the Betty Luminizer from the Balm, and it's just like a really pretty champagne-y color. It's a slight dupe for Opal from Becca as well. And then for brows today, I'm just going to be using my normal, the Brow Wiz, and I still am trying to finish up that dark brown shade before I go in. I'll probably get the soft brown, to be honest with you. My brow hairs tend to be actually really dark, which is kind of confusing for me because I feel like everything makes my eyebrows look too dark, when in reality I just have really dark brow hair. But this has been my favorite way of doing it, personally, is just going in with that Brow Wiz first instead of the dip brow, which I'm showing here as well, and this one is in the shade soft brown. So first I just go in with the dip brow and kind of fill it in everywhere, or sorry, the Brow Wiz, and then I just on that inner corner, just to kind of like make it really defined, I go ahead and use the soft brown dip brow. And for brow gel, I've been using recently the Ico. It just says brow gel on it. I'm not sure if they have different shades or not. This actually came like it was like a duo set with the Black Magic mascara that I've been using. It does look like it has a little bit of color though, but it's really good and keeps my brows in place all day long, and I do really like that one. I'm just going to go back in and do a little bit underneath the eyes with that eggplant as well, and a flat definer brush just to kind of smoke it out a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to be using the shade Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek. I feel like when you're using cool tones, if you want to just kind of like add a little bit extra dimension, if you throw in like a warm color like that one right there, and it's so nice and adds like a lot of depth, especially underneath that eye area. Kind of just opens it up a little bit. And that one, I find the best way to add that warm pop of color is with the pencil brush, just because that rounded shape I feel like blends those two colors really seamlessly together, and that's just my favorite way of doing it. And then my normal mascaras for now, because this one's almost gone sadly. I'll probably try another one after this one just to kind of get a feel, but I definitely would repurchase this one 100%. It's just the Immortal Lash from Kat Von D. The brush is like the weirdest brush I've ever seen, but it's so good. And then just that same bottom lash mascara, which I converted it to for the Ico Black Magic mascara, just does wonders for some strange reason on my bottom lashes, and I'm slightly obsessed with it. And for lips, I'm just going to be using, this one is just a Milani sharpenable pencil, and it's just in the shade 04 Natural, just to kind of go over. I know I'm going to be using like a plummy shade, but this one just kind of helps define it and not so much adding any extra color there. And once I have that filled in, I'm just going to be going in with my melted lipstick in the shade Melted Fig. This honestly is probably one of my favorites. It's just super creamy, and it's the most amazing purple of life. I've been kind of obsessed with purples continuously, and I found a new one that might definitely make it into the February favorites that I will probably have to use tutorial doing because it is so good. And oh yep, I forgot to put on falsies. So this is just for lower lashes. It's like one of the custom ones that I put together, and this is the finished look. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.